This is Jammin with Kron Rex.
And don't forget to subscribe so you get the videos as they come out.
Coach Cam made this shit.
Underrated. Because, I don't know, I feel like when people see him, they just, they're just like, oh, he's a little tubby, goofy guy, like goofy alcoholic, but he's pretty fucking funny. I went to go see him whenever he did his, like, drive-through tour when he came to whatever fucking hick county that we have here in Kentucky. But yeah, he's really funny. Two Bears, One Cave is one of my favorite podcasts out there right now. So the dude's underrated.
Yeah, I would say he's underrated because no one really thinks of him by himself. Like, his stand-ups are good. I mean, he's funny by himself. But whenever you think of Bert, you usually think of Bert and Tom.
Yeah.
I think he deserves at least a little credit on his own.
Do you think that's like a you thing, though? Because, I mean, we've only been introduced to him, like, fairly recently. So do you think that's why that connection comes up? Because I'm sure there's, like, diehard fans that are like...
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, some people probably might think that about Tom.
Underrated. He seems like a pretty, like, genuinely sweet guy. I think he does a lot of stupid shit just to get some extra ratings, but I get it. But it seems like he's actually trying to do what he's doing for the right reasons.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess underrated in that sense.
Yeah. Seeing him on Rogan was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Because just seeing how much he actually cares, it's not like when the camera stops rolling, then it's done. Like, he stops giving a fuck. Like, he actually tries to help and stuff like that. So I found a new level of appreciation for him after I watched his Rogan thing. Because I always thought he was just like one of those guys, like, not one of those guys, but on TV he always seemed like he always just rooted for the woman on side of things. Like, he was just like, no, you're a man, you're wrong. So I don't know. It was cool seeing him be like an actual person and not just a TV personality. Underrated. When people picture her, they probably just picture a skinny, I don't want to call her skanky, but they probably just picture a skanky, ditzy blonde woman.
Rich.
And rich.
Yeah, rich as well.
And that's what I picture too. But I love her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I remember a while back, me and my girlfriend were just talking, like, you know, like, each other's types that, like, she didn't think that, like, she would fit into my type. Because, I don't know, when she pictures my type, she pictures, like, I don't know. She, like, pictures, like, Raven from Teen Titans.
Which, fair.
Which, yeah. But I was like, no, I was like, in all truth, my type is, like, a ditzy blonde woman who comes from money, previously or currently is going through somewhat of a drug problem. And then I was like, yeah, that's her. And then it took me 2 seconds. I was like, that's fucking Paris Hilton. So, yeah, I was like, it's been recent too. So for like the past 2 months, I've realized that like Paris Hilton's the love of my life. Before that, I really didn't know that. I thought it was like Jessica Alba. Yeah. But no, it's Paris Hilton. Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt.
She has to be underrated for me because of the best shirt ever that she wore. The Stop Being Poor.
No.
What do you mean no?
It's not real.
What do you mean it's not real?
You didn't see the, fuck, hold on. Let me look it up for you. Hopefully it just doesn't go straight to porn. But, yeah, that shirt was not real.
Yeah.
She, like, went on TikTok or something.
Oh, that's garbage.
Yeah, and I can't remember what it says, but it's not Stop Being Poor.
Oh, then she's overrated then.
I think it's Stop Being, like... No, it's not that. Stop Being Desperate.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, she debunked that. It was Stop Being Desperate.
Oh, yeah, she's overrated then.
Stop Being Desperate's good, too. Not as good, but yeah.
Stop Being Poor is the best shirt I've ever seen.
She just didn't have to say that. I think she should have just kept the legacy alive and been like...
Yeah, just let me believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going overrated then.
That's fair.
Magicians are definitely underrated?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So I think that it still takes a lot of skill to, like, trick someone into believing it. And I don't think that they get that credit where they're just like, hey, that's fake. So it's not talented. Like, they're still very talented. Like,
it's very neat.
Yeah.
It's cool what they do.
It's corny if you're not professional, though.
Yeah.
Like, has anyone ever came up to you and just been like, hey, let me show you a card trick or something like that? You're like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
no,
yeah.
I've never had that.
Yeah.
I wonder, I often wonder about the guy that used to do the, during he had his, like, show and he would just reveal magic tricks.
Oh, yeah.
That was his whole thing.
Yeah.
Is he still alive? I figured that dude would have been, like, assassinated.
Yeah.
Like,
the magicians killed him.
Yeah. I have somewhat respect for magicians just because of Houdini.
Yeah.
He spent his entire fucking life post magician work just debunking like psychic mediums and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he spent like so much money just traveling around the world and just calling them out. It was pretty cool because I think mediums are pieces of shit.
For sure.
Just out there giving false hope.
So, for magicians, do you go underrated or overrated?
I could do without them. I don't really care. They're cool if they're Houdini, but Houdini died via uppercut. So, you get trapped in a fucking pool with your hands tied behind your back, but you die because the kid punches you in the tummy. Underrated. It doesn't get mentioned in conversations with other places like Lollapalooza or Coachella or
You said like you were gonna keep
yeah,
going.
I was hoping you had something else like the mayor's ball. Wasn't that one?
Yeah.
Or
You're gonna name all of them?
I was hoping Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
God, man, come on. You're not carrying your weight in my conversation. Yeah, I would say it's underrated. It was definitely one of the funnest experiences I've ever had.
Yeah.
And any reason to get out of fucking Hicktown, USA of Kentucky to go over to California. It was crazy. The only Asian people I've ever seen in my entire life I was related to. So it was cool seeing a bunch of Asians that had no idea who the fuck I was.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah. I think it's underrated for...
I don't even think I've talked about Flognaw. It was fun. I just started talking about Asians. It's underrated. I got to see Tyler the Creator, Earl, Brockhampton, the baby. And I see the baby. Juice WRLD. We saw Juice WRLD before he died.
Yeah.
FK, Twigs.
Solange.
Yes. Lil Uzi Vert, ASAP Rocky, and Drake.
We got to see Brockhampton.
Yeah, I said that.
Did you?
Yeah, listen to me.
I wasn't listening.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think
Dominique Fike. Oh. Yeah, that was like one of my favorite performances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think give it like 5 more years once everything's opened back up, everything's back to normal.
What would you rate that experience?
Oh, that's the best time of my life. For sure.
6.
Probably a 3.
I give it a solid 9.8. If my girlfriend didn't damn near die during Tyler the Creator setup, it probably would have been a perfect 10, but she almost fucking puked in the middle of She. And dude, I was so pissed. I was like in the middle of She out of all the fucking songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was still great, so 9.8 for me.
Yeah.
You were saying something before I cut you off twice, wasn't you?
Probably. I just given up.
All right.
Go ahead. Overrated because of the way people talk about it. The way vegans talk about it.
It's like Rick and Morty fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to say Rick and Morty's underrated because all those fucking shitbag fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate the vegans that are like it's unnatural to do it. The way we do it is unnatural.
Yeah.
But don't tell me it's unnatural. It is perfectly natural to eat other living things. It happens literally every day, every second of every hour.
Now, if a vegan diet turns you into like Scott Pilgrim vegans.
Oh yeah, that X. I can't remember
superpowers.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
I think that's what vegans actually think happens, and that's how they act, and that's why it's overrated.
Dude, vegan bodybuilders confuse the shit out of me.
That's really weird.
I don't get how you can be that beefy while anti-beef.
Yeah. But to be honest, I mean, a vegan diet on its own without the weird fan base It's not bad.
Call it a fan base.
That's what it is.
It's a fandom. The most toxic fandom.
But it's not bad. Like, there's a lot of good vegan food.
Yeah,
But-
it's a good idea. I appreciate the sentiment, but they're just smug about it, you know?
Yeah. And that makes it overrated regardless.
Yep, I agree. God. There's so many like stupid ass people that I know
Yeah.
that think they're Jordan Belfort just because it's been mentioned in rap songs a lot, or think they're Jordan Belfort because they've like, I don't know, like they sell
made
drugs
a little-
and shit and have made like $30
Yeah.
from something. They're like you're not a hustler like
Yeah.
that. Like, I don't know, so it's giving me like a bad perception of it, but the movie's fucking great. Margot
Yeah.
Robbie kills it. God. Jonah Hill, fucking
Yeah.
great in it. Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously great in it. The scene where they did Quaaludes was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's one of the most memorable scenes in, I don't know, my film viewing experience. But yeah, that movie was great. And to know it's based off a real story is pretty fucking funny. And the
Yeah.
real Jordan Belfort himself seems pretty goddamn funny too.
Yeah. He seems pretty cool.
So yeah, I'll say it's underrated.
I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen a shit ton more of it, like, pop back up.
Yeah.
Just because of, like, the whole, like, cryptocurrency and people starting to make a little money off of it. I'm surprised we're not seeing, like,
Oh,
every...
yeah, motherfuckers saying they're stock experts because
Yeah,
they bought
'cause-
$3 of Dogecoin when it was at 30 cents.
Because I see people that are, like, they put, like, stock experts and shit like that, but I don't see them, like, calling themselves Jordan Belfort. And I'm like, oh, we're so close to that change.
It's going to be me.
You're going to start
That's
it?
going to be my new Twitter name.
I can't say one way or the other.
Yeah.
The little bit that I've heard, they honestly remind me of, like, Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah,
so
it sounds fucking terrible.
It really isn't for me.
Yeah.
But I can't just be like, oh, I heard someone else play a couple songs and I listened to one song and
Yeah.
I'm going to shit on it. Like, I'm just not that person to do that. But
I am.
So
So
do
I will
it.
say it's
Go for it.
overrated.
Okay.
The name is over the top edgy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just way too much. Like, the Suicide Boys. They must be so fucking edgy. Like, dude, I don't know. If somebody walked up to me and told me to listen to Suicide Boys, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I'd just
don't know.
knock the monster energy out of their hand and tell them to go fuck themselves. I don't know. It just sounds too edgy to me. Not that I don't listen to, like,
Edgy
shit
music.
like, yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but a group overtly named something so edgy like Suicide Boys, it's just like, that ain't for me, man.
No. And the little bit that I
It's
actually
not
have
edgy.
heard, I don't like it.
Yeah, I've heard too much, I think. It was one of my first favorite albums. Mm-hmm. And so it's hard for me to say anything bad about it. It held my favorite album spot for so long. But I don't know. I mean, I still think a lot of its songs and producing holds up today, like even by today's standards.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'll say it's underrated. I think people give it a lot of shit, but I don't know. I don't know why they do that. I think it's really good. I've been a big Gambino fan from the beginning, so I say from beginning, but it was legitimately beginning for me because he's like one of the first 5 people that started really getting me into music that wasn't on the radio.
Yeah.
So for me, it was beginning, but the first album I heard from him was Camp.
Yeah.
And he has so much shit before that, like
Yeah.
Cul-de-sac and a bunch of...
I think EP was before it, but I might... If not, it's right
Probably.
after, but it's
I don't know.
close too.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in his discography that I had no idea of and I could live without.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say it's underrated. I love the fuck out of BTI, and I need to listen to it again.
Yeah. I'd say I just went back and re-listened to it all, and I'm gonna talk about more about it later. But it was the first album. It wasn't the first album that was my favorite album, but it was the first album that I claimed was my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, that was the one.
What do you think was your first favorite album then?
I mean, I don't know. The first album I ever listened to all the way through was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I was hoping you were going to say like Limp Bizkit or something.
No, that was the first album I ever sat down and listened to all the way through of just the album, Because other than that, I would just, like, even if I got an album, I would just skip to the songs I knew and play whatever I thought was, like, or the best feature or whatever. But because the internet was the first album, I was like, this is my favorite album.
Yeah.
Where other albums, I was just like, oh, I like it.
Yeah.
So,
that's fair.
Yeah. I say it really holds, like, a special part for me. And, yeah, I mean, I can say the same thing. I got into camp right before because the internet dropped.
Yeah.
Like, pretty close in time. So,
yeah.
I was late to being introduced into Gambino. Underrated?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. So, I don't think it's like, I don't know. It just depends. I've had some people that I've been with that really love it. And so it's more. But I've also been with some people that just kind of want to get to it. And we just get to it. So, I mean, it just depends on the person. But it's not bad.
I really thought you were going to say it depends on, like, if I'm receiving or giving.
Yeah, that also depends.
You selfish little fuck.
Wait, how do you know that?
What?
How do you know that?
You know we're rolling, right? You want to maybe save this for another time, Tatum? But no, I don't know. I think it's pretty fucking dope.
I didn't fucking ask. I had to.
Yeah, I know. I usually do it.
Yeah,
it's something about being on that side of the room.
Yeah,
just a snarky little bitch.
I couldn't help it. I had to.
I think foreplay is pretty dope. I could just do that sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Now, like, sometimes I don't even need to go, like, a step further with it. I'm cool with just a foreplay.